Another one.
Staying up to date in testing. How do you all stay up to date in the field? A lot of people say join communities or sign up to newsletters, but what would you recommend and why is it relevant to your role? Interested to see where people are at. All right, so before I say this is what I do, I'm going to tell you what you should do, all right? And the first thing that I should do is start the timer, but this is what you should do. The number one thing that you should do to stay up to date in QA and tech and everything is subscribe to the Tech Coach Ralph channel and hit the notification bell so you can know every time we go live and drop new content because we are fire on this channel. We don't miss, all right? But now, how do I stay up to date? Do I join newsletters? Do I join communities? I join some communities, right? But I mostly work. And when I say I work ferociously, right? Some people ask me like, when do you ever sleep? Right, Bridget? Like some people are like, when do you ever sleep? Well, I sleep. I don't have my calendar with me, but I have on my calendar scheduled to sleep between 12 midnight to 4:50 a.m. Right? That's what I have scheduled to sleep. Sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, based on what needs to be done. Like if I write some code and I leave it failing because I need to wake up early and I get frustrated and I'm dreaming about it failing, having nightmares about the code failing, right? Nightmares. Then I wake up maybe around like 4 a.m. and I continue working on the code. Sometimes, like if I get everything done, then I might wake up a little bit later. So instead of at 4:50, maybe at 5:10, 5:15, maybe 5:30 if I'm feeling a little bit froggy, right? But but I schedule everything and anything that I want to learn, right? You're gonna see it on this channel, right? So the same way that you see we're working on Flutter in the morning and we're working on different QA automation tools, whether it's TypeScript or we're working on TypeScript with Selenium, Playwright, Cypress on Free Mind Recovery, or we're going to continue on Thursday, or if we're learning Terraform, or if I'm making videos on Docker, whatever the case may be, right? We put in the work, and that's how I like. I'll research ferociously what I need, right? Looking on like different blog posts to see like following tutorials, setting up Mongo in my coaching group, how we're building an application, giving QA experience, me learning more about full stack development, Docker and stuff like that. It's about putting in the work, because if you just join a tech group, right, a QA group, or a newsletter, what does that do for you? It's just information that they're providing to you. How are you applying that information? You saw, like, even though it was a total failure, right? A total failure. We jumped on that Netflix safe test right away, right? Without hesitation because it was something new. So okay, we're gonna try to figure it out, and we did for the most part. But like, I don't know if it was us or if it was them, but whatever, right? But we jumped on it and we said, okay, this is new. We're going to try it out. The same thing with Amazon Q, which cost me a pretty penny to actually try out. But Amazon Q came out. We jumped on it and we tried to figure it out. So it's all about exploration. And that's why I call almost everything that I do software explorations, because we want to explore, we want to learn, we want to see how does this work. And that's how I stay up to date in testing and infrastructure, all those things, right? That's how I stay up to date. It's not about okay, I'm just going to join this Discord here. I'm just going to read this article, read this book. It's how do I apply it? What's the practical application? So I'll tell you this, right? In some of the Discords that I'm in, I do presentations. I do presentations to share what I'm learning, to share what I'm about. I did in the Grammar Hub Discord last month in February. I did a presentation about an overview of QA, right? Some other places I've done like turning a resume into a online website. Doing presentations in different spots, and it stimulates my mind. It helps me learn and provide value to those that I'm presenting to, and then they have the opportunity to ask questions, whatever it is that they need. So when it comes down to staying up to date, it's just doing something. The same way you see Pluto here, saying that he wants to build an app or he's working on building an app, right? That is how you stay up to date because and I guarantee this, right? As Pluto is going to build that app, he's going to come into different challenges the same way that I came into challenges. And we're going to go on Google and we're going to research, oh, how do I get past this? How do I get past that? Get a bunch of Stack Overflow responses, and then you try and you tinker and stuff like that until you get something that works here. And then you're like, wow, I actually learned a lot, and that's how it works. It's not about, I definitely recommend joining communities, joining different newsletters or whatever. But I've seen in every community that I've joined, and it doesn't miss, it doesn't fail. Every community that I've joined, it goes quiet. It goes quiet, right? And I'm always trying to and like talking about introvert. I'm introvert, right? But it goes quiet, and I'm trying to stir up the conversation and say, okay, what can we do here? How can we build here? And things like that. So I would recommend that you become active. You try to you just go and try to build something. Just try to build something. And you're going to be exploring and using a whole bunch of tools that you didn't know how to use before. And you're going to be successful that way. Okay. So that's how I stay up to date. It's I network, I communicate, I build. The number one thing that I do is build, 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 build. Build, baby, build. All right? All right. Let's wrap that one up.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.